It's time for the 259 Show, a weekly podcast that can be found on our website at www.the259show.com or on Facebook and Twitter at the 259 Show. Today's hosts are Joe Peachy.
No, I haven't contacted Michelle because she'd be on the next flight to New York City. So.
Mike Vincelli.
Chelsea's not a girl. This is the name of a soccer club.
Hate you, Chelsea. Broke my heart.
Tyler Diedrich.
I wonder if they have waffles. Ha ha ha. They do.
And Andy Fowler.
Out of all of us here, I feel like I'm balding the most. I got a big spot up on top. And by growing it out, I feel like I'm trying to cover it.
Here's your host, Andy Fowler.
I feel like I'm balding the most. I got a big spot up on top. Welcome to episode number 47 of the 259 Show, weekly podcast that comes to you every Saturday morning. We are live from the 259 Show studios in southeastern Hilton, New York. Tyler Diedrich, Mike Vincelli, and Joe Peachy joining us.
We are all out of sorts this morning.
Well, you know what? That's what happens when we go live. And all these things, all these moving parts at once, trying to get situated here. Joe Peachy joining us live, obviously, through the Flower City Printing Hotline from Astoria, New York.
Hey-o.
How's everybody's morale?
Good.
Tired this morning, man.
Mike, you situated over there?
Had some stuff to sort out here.
Mike is using headphones from all the way across the table.
Yeah, my headphones, the other pair, were a little crunchy this morning,
He had
so I had to switch it up.
A late-minute headphone blowout.
A little adjustment.
Tyler said something after he was eating his breakfast that rang true with me when he was like, Mike was like, you all done with your breakfast? And Tyler was like, no, I just got started.
Tyler has himself quite the spread this morning.
And every morning at school, I usually have a second and maybe a second and third breakfast.
Breakfast is the theme of the day, of course. It's 9 a.m. right now.
Yeah.
Where are your children?
In her crib.
In her crib.
So I got to thank Papa Drew here for bringing me some leftover potatoes from the Schmags.
Thanks.
And a little bit of sticky sauce that I'm going to have to carefully manage here.
Yeah,
I see a McDonald's bag as well. Are we doing Mickey D's?
I went to McDonald's this morning and I choked when I got to the drive-thru.
Yeah.
Because I ordered you got so many options, but you don't want to keep them waiting because it's like you finally pull up to the drive-thru window, or not the window, but the menu.
Yeah.
And you're like, okay, I'm gonna have a minute to look at this, and they're like, hey, can I help? What do you want?
Yeah.
I don't know yet. I gotta need a minute.
You're supposed to know before you get up there.
You can tell them. You can tell them, like, no, you need to leave me alone for 2 minutes.
But if people aren't behind you, it's okay to pause and cleanse yourself.
Yeah. The worst, actually, even though it's bad doing that in the drive-thru, when you're actually in the building and standing in line and you're like, yeah, I don't know, and then there's like 7 people behind you who are
I usually
ready
step
for
to the side until I know.
The thing is, Tyler, though, you don't owe them anything. You can take as much time as you want up there. You don't feel bad for
I know, but I feel under pressure, though.
Or there are people behind you. I think that plays a big factor.
What about one car?
One car you can wait for.
One car you can wait for, yeah.
If it's a line stretching around the building,
they don't know if you have like 7 kids piled into the back seat trying to figure out orders. They have no idea your situation.
And you can fake it too, like
Timmy, sit
down, Timmy.
They got 5
waving the handbag,
screaming children, and they're like, "Why is this 27-year-old taking forever?"
So when I get a cassette tape of screaming children,
when I go there, I usually go with the McPick too. You know, you get 2 breakfast sandwiches for $3.50.
That's the deal.
But I got up there and I realized that the big breakfast was only like $4. All
right, what do you get with the big breakfast?
Sausage, eggs, hash brown, biscuit, I believe.
See, that's like a poor man's breakfast. Like, that's not a good breakfast.
You're going to McDonald's.
It's
of course you're
that's
going to
exactly McDonald's pancakes, McDonald's sausage, McDonald's biscuit. Their breakfast sandwiches are better than
Yeah,
I
I'll
think
give McDonald's
the individual
they got decent
pieces.
breakfast.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I kind of wanted the breakfast sandwich. I wanted a hash brown kind of. I didn't want to get a drink though, so I didn't get a meal.
Yeah.
See, you brought a water bottle
Yeah.
as your drink.
You need to have water when you eat McDonald's.
So I go
think.
with the McPick 2, and then right after I ordered it, I realized that the big breakfast with hotcakes was like $4.50, so it was like $1 more than what I was already ordering.
Yeah, but
so
then you had to deal with eating
You would've got a-
pancakes here.
You would have got a drink with the big breakfast too, though, right?
probably.
Some orange high C, which the Hilton McDonald's still has.
So do you regret your decision, Ty?
No,
I'm
think
with you. McPick 2 sounds good to me.
it's just I wish
Less
I wasn't so
commitment.
predictable.
You got
I
two
saw
of the
you-
same
you
I
sandwich?
wasn't so predictable. What?
You got two
You
of
did
the
that
same
breakfast
sandwich?
Yeah,
justice
and
too. I
usually
saw you.
last week- What?
I saw you did that breakfast justice, man. I saw you licking the syrup.
No, that was
From the-
that was the leftover sticky sauce from Schnucks.
Oh,
The
that
entire
makes more
cup
sense.
was
Yeah.
down his throat just a second
I
ago.
saw that. He was just sliding it down his gullet.
And the thing is, no one thought anything of it.
Oh, we
No,
know
because
you.
we know you.
But
We've eaten with you many times.
if you were in public, people would be looking.
And you know what? I wouldn't care.
Speaking of table manners, Schmegs this morning, the table next to us,
And you went there. What time did you get there?
we got there a little before 7 o'clock.
Yeah.
My older brother Mike's in town. We do Schmegs every time he comes. So we went up for breakfast. And the table next to us, there was a kid there who might have been like 12. He was passed out at the table after he hit his meal. It was awesome.
Don't blame me.
it's like
Hey, if
7
you're,
in the morning,
if you're a
you
rookie, if you're a first timer,
Dude,
get
that's
to you.
fantastic. Oh,
Yeah, so I brought Tyler home a little doggy bag worth of home fry. I ordered home fry today instead of curly fry, which is what I usually
these
go
are
for.
more big potatoes than home
Big-
fries.
yeah.
Home fries are usually chopped up a bit more, but
These
these
are
are big
breakfast
potatoes.
potatoes.
I gotta be
breakfast,
honest.
breakfast potato is a good word for it.
Not a huge fan of the Schmegs potatoes.
A lot of
Breakfast
seasoning.
potatoes.
They are
the
not.
rosemary, they're like, I don't know. They're not my favorite.
yeah, they don't really stick out to me either, Mike. Now that I think about it.
They're no HFR home fry.
Oh no,
Let's just say
nothing
that.
is, and we'll get to that later.
I think we're spoiled with that, so
Yes.
the standard is very high for us.
Oh, so last week after the program, I got the McPick 2, but I got 2 Egg McMuffins. Today I changed it up a bit. Got 1 Egg McMuffin and 1 Sausage McMuffin. I was craving the McDonald's sausage this
I like
morning.
that.
The sausage biscuit at McDonald's. Highly underrated. 99 cents.
Huge fan of that.
Big fan.
And I've got some.
griddles came out. Those are
Oh,
Those are
that's the
big.
stuff.
We're gonna jump right into the food talk because we're already covering about half the things I had written down.
We'll get there. We'll get there. So I also went to Schmegs this morning. Had the chubby breakfast chubby sausage, no egg. And it's hilarious because we sat in the front dining room so you can see into the kitchen.
yeah.
I didn't see Sean previously. He looks at the ticket,
He
and
knew
it
it.
says, it's circled no egg. He laughs, he looks up, he makes eye contact with me. He came out afterwards. I knew it was you. So, the Schmegs breakfast chubby.
So who went?
Breakfast sausage, no egg. The Fowler brothers, the 3 brothers.
What everyone get?
Mike had a breakfast sandwich, no meat, because he's vegetarian. Instead of toast, he got French toast. Upgraded to French toast on the side.
Not vegan. Vegetarian.
Vegetarian,
Okay.
not vegan.
So there was cheese on that breakfast
Lots of
sandwich?
cheese.
Yeah.
Lots
Right
and
on.
lots of
I
cheese.
can respect that.
And then Ryan Fowler ordered I've never seen him order before, the JJ cakes, the small pancakes, the 6-pack. He ate 2 of which.
That's what I got to start. See, every time I go, I like to get the breakfast sandwich and then I want to get a pancake on the side.
Mm-hmm.
So the JJ cakes is the way to go if you just want to get a
Typical size pancake. But we discovered something quirky about my brother that we didn't already know was quirky.
You can learn a lot about people
how they eat,
by eating them with them. Yeah.
So before
I think I know. I mean, case in point, Tyler Dietrich.
So before
to my left here.
before the food came out, we were talking condiments because our ketchup bottle wasn't fully full, and he ordered pancakes, so he wouldn't eat ketchup anyways. But my brother's not a ketchup guy. So he said,
Really?
"What'd you put on your fries?" Nothing. What'd you put on your hot dog? Nothing. I know he doesn't like mustard. He doesn't like ketchup. His pancakes come out. He doesn't put syrup on them.
He doesn't like condiments.
He doesn't. He's not a condiment guy.
That's weird.
He'll
That's
eat
interesting.
like wing sauce, chicken. He'll have sauce on wings, but he doesn't do
No
blue cheese or ranch.
ranch. No.
Well, I don't really consider wings on, or I'm sorry, sauce on wings as much of a condiment
Yeah,
as
but
that's
barbecue sauce is like a condiment.
that's like
so.
a crucial component. But
Yes. So
no ketchup though. I mean, ketchup is delicious.
So,
I can
so he's a neat guy. There's nothing on it. He doesn't like any condiments.
for
He
neat
likes it
guys.
nice and clean.
He just took the little bit of butter that came on the pancakes, spread them on there, and ate 2 pancakes. Took the rest home.
Really?
Yeah,
Where would you like your fork?
you can just leave it right there on the table. Thank you.
Just put it in the middle, right in the middle of the table.
There you go.
There it is.
Perfect.
We're gonna play spin the fork later.
Ooh boy.
Things are gonna get weird.
Tyler's a little goofy right now. He just ate.
Yeah, but you don't know what type of chemicals that McDonald's food has.
Oh, so Joe, it's been a long time since you've been to Schmegs, but hopefully 2 weeks from now we'll be there.
I'm making the best effort that I know how. I'm clearing my schedule for when we're going to Schmegs because 2 reasons. One, I haven't been there in a long time, and 2, I'm making it on that show live. So we're making this thing happen.
We haven't had Joe live in since last?
I think
holiday?
since maybe last
Christmas?
Christmas was the last time we were able to make it happen.
I don't
Yeah.
That long? Seems like
know.
I don't know.
I think that maybe the time I came home winter break I was on.
I'm sure
but
Tyler will check for us when the last.
I'll
episode.
check the records.
check those
We're-
records.
they're
But
I'm the
I
fact
am-
check guy.
But
Yeah,
when
I
I
don't
when I
know.
when I
It's like I
opened up my
forget every
Snapchat
week.
this morning and I saw Drew at Schmegs, I was like, 2 weeks, baby, I'll be there.
Speaking of check the records, the website has been updated. I don't know if you've been on the website lately, but all of the blurbs that Tyler writes about each week is now cataloged both on our Spreaker app and on our website for each episode. So
Neat.
if you want to go on there looking for a particular episode, all the blurbs are written there. Reminder, our website's the259show.com, Facebook and Twitter at the259show. Still played over there on villageradio.net Saturday nights and Sunday mornings. Also available through Google Play and the iTunes podcast app. Hey, congrats, guys. Our contract was renewed for another year. Ain't getting rid of us. They're still around.
Oh, it's the ratings.
Wait, is this
Making
our birthday?
moves.
No, I think next
week is.
Next week's,
Thanksgiving
is
episode.
next week's launch or like? Oh wait,
I
today's
believe-
live. Never mind.
Yeah.
I forgot.
I'm
So
trying to
next week's
remember the exact
episode.
date.
So Drew, on my Facebook memories a couple days
I think
ago,
it was
it
the
popped up.
17th.
It was like that 2-minute blurb that you made about our show.
Yeah, that's
What happened
I just
last
remember
year.
our first episode was the Thanksgiving episode, so.
The next week, we're going to dive in week 40 or episode number 48 of the 259 show. We're going to dive in deep into the Thanksgiving topic.
Oh yeah.
And yet, what are we going to do? What do we got going on?
My understanding was that we were going to have a draft of Thanksgiving sides.
Yeah,
Do we have
I like that.
rules of the draft yet?
No.
Some stipulations?
Well, I think we just got to assume that everyone starts with turkey and gravy.
So
I think
so
that's
it's-
fine.
stuffing is still on the table. I know we discussed that last
it's on the
week, 'cause
table.
It's going to be okay.
It's on the table. Let's go on number one.
Yeah, well, sure, yeah.
What about like things like pies? Is that included
Hey,
in
you
the
do
draft?
it's whatever you want.
Whatever
you
you
Okay,
want.
so the entire meal,
So
not
you got,
just
you got, yeah.
the dinner,
I mean, it's going to be tough to do that many rounds because there's a fairly limited number of sides you
can
can pick
shorten
compared
it
to like
down.
Halloween
We can say
candy where you
I
can go
mean-
on for days. But
No,
We can
let's
say
keep
maybe
it.
some-
some
rounds.
families venture outside of the Thanksgiving staples. So there could be some surprises.
Let's
on
keep it
that.
5 rounds.
a hard tease.
Let's keep
Hard
it 5
tease.
Yeah,
rounds.
Well, and you got to assume that by round 5, someone will have picked at least one dessert, if not multiple desserts.
Yeah. And
I-
I think that's where the depth of the draft will come from, is the different kind of desserts.
Yeah.
Okay.
How about at the end of today's program on What's on Deck, let's draw a draft order. So whoever is the poll sitter has a full week to
That's
think
a
about it.
that's a nice bump.
I'm liking
I
these
like
drafts.
So next week we'll do the Thanksgiving turkey draft, or Thanksgiving food draft, rather. And next week's Power Rankings topic will also be Tyler's for the choosing.
What
You know what?
I said? What are we gonna do for our birthday? Anything special? Some party?
Well, unless
favors
Papa
or-
Bear wants to go cut up some highlights from our first 47 episodes.
I don't know if there would be highlights as much as lowlights, Tyler.
Here's the thing to ponder, so that we don't
Kazoos, party hats.
argue about it during the draft next week. Okay, stuffing are stuffing and dressing two different things.
I think for the sake of it,
I've never heard it referred to as dressing.
So stuffing
So-
is when it's in the bird. Dressing is when it's cooked in a casserole.
But regardless, you call it most people call
Yeah.
it stuffing, regardless of how it was.
I think it's all looped into one.
I think so too.
I agree.
Entity.
And same, I think like cornbread stuffing and just regular stuffing. I think stuffing's the umbrella term for
Yeah.
it.
I agree.
So that also counts for next week when somebody picks stuffing.
It's off
All
the board.
stuffing related.
Whereas pie,
They're
I
off the
think,
table.
whereas pie you have to separate.
there are many different
Yeah,
kinds
you
of
have
pie.
to-
You can
Not
say
all
pumpkin
pies are
pie.
created equal.
You have to specify the pie.
Specify
They're
pie.
certainly not.
All right, so
of
it sounds like we got the
t-shirt
ground
slogan.
rules. It sounds like we got the ground rules picked out for next week, for the most part. I'm sure we'll think of more things as they come. Loopholes as it comes to the system.
And beverages. Are beverages a part of the
Thanksgiving
process?
beverages.
I mean, I like to
Do
drink.
they count
I mean,
as
if you're not drinking water, then you're not doing something right.
Are they included in the draft, or is this just straight up foods?
Have any of you ever tried coffee during Thanksgiving? Since usually the
usually-
turkey makes
I'll
you
have that.
sleepy.
No.
Mike, I'll
I've
have
never
that
tried
with,
it. I
like
just
the
thought
pie.
about that.
I mean, usually coffee is like a
with-
nice
with
little
the
dessert.
But that's
dessert kind of drink.
dessert's usually post nap, right?
Yeah, that's true. I mean,
So-
you wake up from your nap and the pie is there, and then actually a nice piping mug of coffee to wake you up is pretty
Cup of
solid.
Joe?
I like that.
So
I like
let's
that.
let's write drinks out of it because
I don't really know if there's any like Thanksgiving
Beer.
drinks
Like, it would
except
be beer.
beer.
Right, that's what I'm saying. You can pick
Oh,
anything.
you want to draft beers?
Tyler wants to
mean-
hey, get a draft for Tyler.
Tyler's
nice-
first draft.
Beer draft.
Nice glass of wine for Thanksgiving.
So that'll be coming up next week, the Thanksgiving Day special of the 259 show. It'll also be our birthday.
Yeah.
The 259
special.
show.
Are we getting a
turns
cake?
That's what I
Are you
say. What are we
bringing
doing?
I can bring. I don't. We'll have to look into that.
We've got bottles of champagne. We could be popping bottles.
What happened that you messaged us yesterday? You said you were going to bring us gifts in regards to tickets to some sporting events. What happened?
I
with
didn't
that?
win the raffle.
Oh, it was a raffle.
Yeah.
Oh,
So that was a premature.
yeah, you should.
I said if I do, but I mean, who was going to go with me? Drew's already going to the Bills
I'll be
game
there.
tomorrow.
I would have went to the Bills. Q's game would have been tough.
Yeah.
Picked up chicken wings for tomorrow again. Doing chicken wings again. New Era Field tomorrow.
Who's the lucky?
I'm taking
guest?
Dr. Fred, neighbor from Cuca Lake.
Bills, Saints. The Saints only come here once every 8 years. I was surprised to see on StubHub that there was no ticket more than $30. Of course, it would come up to more than $30 after fees and stuff, but still, I would think that. I mean, is the weather supposed to be?
It's going to
An
be
issue?
40 tomorrow. 40
It's gonna
Supposed
be-
kind of not
Yeah,
terrible.
it's what, like 30 or 40 and rainy.
I would think that would have been a hotter ticket than that.
They have the Saints. They come marching in.
Just
Big
wings,
game.
no tailgate plates.
Drew, I heard on the radio, Drew Brees has played the Bills 5 times in his career.
Lit them up.
No
think
passing touchdowns.
Really?
No, that's not true at all. He's played the Bills 4 times, I think, and 2 games he's had passing touchdowns. 2 games he has not had passing touchdowns.
I got that fact from the break room, so you could write your hate.
The break room
mail.
is
WCMF
100%
Duffy.
wrong. Because think about it, if he's played the Bills 5 times, that means he's been in the NFL for at least 16 years, which he...
Well, no, he played for the Chargers at the beginning of his career, so they could
Oh,
have played the
that's a
Bills
good
any
point.
time back then.
I think they're talking about Drew Brees as a Saint.
Drew
played the
Brees as a
Bills.
Saint has only played the Bills twice then. Because he's been with the Saints since 2006, and they've only played the
Alright.
Bills twice in that time.
All right,
Hold
so
on. I'm going to look this up.
I got it right here.
But it's a huge advantage for the Bills tomorrow if the weather is not
Yeah, because
cooperating.
it takes away the pass game.
ProFootballReference.com has Drew Brees playing the Bills 4 times, total of 9 touchdowns.
Right.
4 in one game, 5 in one game, and then shut out twice in a row. Hasn't thrown. This is the stat might have been. Hasn't thrown a touchdown pass in Buffalo.
Okay.
They beat the Bills up.
Right.
I think the last time they came here, 2009, they beat the Bills up pretty good from what I-
27-7.
27-7. In 2013, it was 35-17. So, yeah, like I said, he's had 2 games, one with the Chargers, one with the Saints, in which he's not thrown any touchdowns against the Bills. He hasn't thrown any picks against the Bills.
I forget that
think
he
that's the stat.
that he was the quarterback for the Chargers. It's
Yeah.
kinda
Yeah, he
like-
almost was the quarterback
Yeah.
for the Dolphins.
He kind of had like a rebirthing, if you will, with
Oh, yeah.
New Orleans.
Well, I remember when he signed
There was
with
no-
the Saints.
He was nowhere near a Hall of Famer before he signed with the Saints.
Well, he's definitely first ballot.
Absolutely
Yeah.
now.
Like,
Oh, yeah.
without a doubt, first ballot. And he deserves
Right.
to be in the conversation of best quarterback.
I remember I wanted the Dolphins
All
to.
time?
Yeah. He doesn't have the rings, but he's got the stats.
Yeah.
Well, I remember, like Tyler's just about to bring up when I think it was like in 2007 or 8 or 9, and it was either him or Dante Culpepper that teams were vying after as the 2 free agent quarterbacks. And
Fins went Culpepper.
Good move.
Big, huge.
Because Drew Brees had just injured his shoulder pretty bad.
Yeah. Culpepper had that cool celebration. Remember that when he
Yes.
threw deep
Yes.
to Moss?
See, no
Those
one.
two are a lethal duo, weren't they?
No one. Yes.
Back in Minnesota?
Yes. Dante Culpepper had a
God.
huge year in like 2004.
Yeah, but Randy Moss would just run streaks down the field and bomb them to him.
So Drew Brees coming out, he was great at Purdue. He used to beat up on Notre Dame pretty good. But he was like a second round type quarterback. He was like a Kirk Cousins
When
coming
did he get
out.
drafted?
Actually, not even that.
He got drafted in
He
the
was a
second round.
pick.
Oh, really?
I remember the Dolphins had a late first round pick that year, and I was kind of hoping because he fell, and I was like, I'm kind of hoping that they pick him, and they passed on him.
I think they said because he's only like 6 foot.
Yeah, it was his height.
You know, I don't think he's got any. He's not a great athlete. I don't think.
The
He's just
Dolphins
kinda
passed on
rocking
Drew
around.
Brees, and they picked Jamar Fletcher, who of course went on to a legendary career. Not.
Crickets. There's no crickets.
So then they
could.
could have made up for it by signing him in free agency before the 2006 season, and they opted to go with Dante Culpepper, who lasted a few games, then got hurt,
And that was that.
and we had Joey Harrington as our man to back him up, and then we were even worse than that the following
He
year.
was supposed to be good coming out of. He got drafted by the Lions.
Joey
right?
Harrington was a very high first round draft pick.
Yeah,
out.
for the Lions
Oregon.
drafted him, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I remember.
I remember
Yeah,
that
but
draft.
Drew Brees-
Mike Williams.
Drew
Yeah.
Brees was the backup to Doug Flutie when he started in San Diego. He got drafted in the year of our Lord 2000, and he played alongside Doug Flutie, and then he got pushed out for Phillip Rivers,
Yeah.
which is strange because they drafted Phillip Rivers only 4 years after Drew Brees, and then Drew Brees goes to New Orleans, becomes a legend.
And Philip Rivers is mediocre at best.
He's
No, I don't think that's true at all. I think Philip Rivers
he's
has
a
had
good
a
quarterback.
solid
you could make
NFL
you
career.
could make an argument for Hall of Fame for Phillip Rivers. I think he's not quite there, but he is in the
Because he
Hall
has
of
no
I think if you
not
can
even
playoff
that.
wins.
Not even
I
that.
mean,
Playoff wins are an extremely overrated quarterback.
yeah, but
statistic.
that's how they. That,
If you
that's what people
compare
talk
Philip
about when they talk
Rivers
about Hall of Fame
to
with quarterbacks.
if you compare Philip Rivers to the other quarterbacks of his draft, he's clearly number 4 behind Ben Roethlisberger, Eli Manning, and J.P. Lossman. But I mean, he's had a heck of a career.
You could argue that Phillip Rivers is a better quarterback than Roethlisberger and Eli.
a lie.
He just doesn't have the rings, but that's such a stupid argument. And I hope that they don't. But that's not what the Hall of Fame voters take into consideration.
He's also a heck of a guy. He's got like 9 kids.
Yeah, he's got like
doesn't swear.
50 kids.
He doesn't swear at all.
I think he had kids and was married while he was still at NC State.
Yeah, he did. I read up on him one time. He
Like,
did.
he was
got
like
married
20.
really young. Yeah.
Phil,
Like his freshman or sophomore year. At,
He's from Alabama. He's Catholic, which is interesting because the South isn't known as a hotbed of Catholics. But
Catholicism. No, it's not.
Philip Rivers' stat line here. He's 184, 100 wins, 84 losses, 327 touchdowns, and 162 interceptions, 6-time Pro Bowler.
what's his all-time quarterback rating?
That's a good question.
His
How many-
total QBR.
How many passes over 40 yards does he have, Drew? That's an
I
important
just
stat.
remember I went to a Bills-Chargers game a few years ago, and Phillip Rivers was just shredding the Bills' defense.
Yeah, no, I think anybody who
he's
says
also
he's not a
been
good
very
quarterback,
unlucky with
really.
injuries.
Like
on his team.
early in like 2005, 2006, 2007, him and LT, they were
And
Antonio
they were
Gates-
like
yeah,
one of the
Antonio
best teams
Gates.
in the
he would have had a
AFC.
huge playoff win when they played the Patriots in 2006. Tom Brady threw an interception, and the guy for the Chargers fumbled it. All he had to do was take a knee, and the Chargers win that game, but he fumbled it. Patriots got back, they ended up winning the game.
Of course they do.
Career QBR 94.4.
Whoa, daddy.
Should we be moving,
Now let's talk
moving
about
this thing on?
let's talk about Phillip Rivers for 40 minutes.
Yeah, this is long. Like, please move
The
on.
last thing we want to tell you about with NFL is this past week was the conclusion of the NFL Last Man Standing as Coach Mike Brookay and John Schwinn both take the Buffalo Bills over the Jets. We recapped that last week. If you don't know what happened to that game because you've been living under a rock, go to last week's episode, episode number 46, where we destroyed the Buffalo Bills, and Joe actually defended them. The Buffalo Bills losing to the Jets last week made it so Eric Luisi had he had the Rams last week, right?
And they're a hot pick.
He had the Rams beating the Giants last week, and
Good pick.
yeah, it was a for sure win. I think it was like 51-0. I think it was.
So Uncle E is our champion.
Uncle Eric.
Does he
is
know he's the champion?
I haven't talked to him since.
Okay.
But he
And
knew
does he
going
get
in.
anything?
I told him going in that the Bills and Jets.
Okay. So he knows he won.
Yeah. So
Okay, well,
he must know that.
I don't think he listens, but if you happen to be listening, Eric, congrats.
so.
We need to get Uncle E or Uncle Jay back on the program sometime.
So that will
Sure
conclude
thing.
our NFL Talk Big program ahead of us today here on our Veterans Day. Happy Veterans Day, and thank you to our men and women who listen to this show across this great world of ours and our great country.
Yes.
And to the canines who have served as well.
Yes, to the canines has served as well. Veterans Day is today. Thank you, vets. A lot of food talk. We already dove into some food talk. We'll get to that in a bit. Our power rankings this week was Mike Vincelli's choice. Mike, what did you choose for power ranking?
Favorite breakfast items.
So we are
very
going to be
fitting for a live 9 a.m. show.
heavy on the food talk, perhaps more so than normal, aside from our long discussion about Philip Rivers.
I feel like we said it. I feel like we said
Rivers
it.
and food.
So for those of you who tuned out during our discussion about Philip Rivers,
Welcome back.
perk those ears back up. It's about to get meaty in here.
College basketball
It already
return.
is. I mean,
College basketball made a return last night. We'll dive into some of our thoughts about when we start paying attention to college basketball.
Spoiler alert, March.
Christmas talk.
Spoiler alert, I won't.
Christmas talk is making a return in the program this week. We got some nominees for Doofus of the Week, and as always, we finished with airtime and what did we learn today. Let's start with food talk. Do we go power rankings first, and that will get us going so we don't
I think
double
kickstart-
down?
I say we go with the food talk because we're going to talk about some things that will lead into our power rankings.
okay.
All right.
And really hit it home with the power ranking.
Yeah.
I like it.
Head home with the power ranking.
Yeah.
So first we've got a news
Push it
update.
in
I don't know
there.
if I'd call this breaking news, but certainly a news update. Some new information that we've learned. Chick-fil-A is getting closer, guys.
It's got walls.
If you saw on the 259 Show Facebook page this week, Jeff Diedrich sent us some pics, some pictures.
I thought
of-
that was Drew.
No, Jeff
thought that
Diedrich
was
sent
Drew,
them.
too.
Well,
Yeah.
here's what happened. Jeff sent them to me
He doesn't have a smartphone.
Oh, and you sent him to Drewman.
so that he could send them to me, so that he could copy them into our group chat, so that I could copy them onto our Facebook page.
We'd like to welcome John Strauss to the program. He's connected to us through Facebook.
Oh, you can see who's listening?
And he's very happy that we are live again.
He
We
likes
posted
it.
live again with 4 extra.
I'm
Morning,
pretty
John.
sure
Morning, John
Big
Strauss.
Scott's listening live too. So what up, Big Dog?
Now, Turkey Bowl coming up.
Deputy Dog.
Turkey Bowl. Let's get it going.
So Chick-fil-A, yeah, up on the 259
We've
show
got a skeleton up there.
page. It's more than a skeleton now. I drove by yesterday on Ridge Road, and we have walls.
Oh, wow.
At least on the Ridge Road facing side of the building.
Nice.
Walls are up. Got to get that thing sealed up before the winter starts.
So what Jeff told me, because he follows along with the town of Greece meeting minutes and whatnot, Greece Town Board.
Yeah.
He says, and I don't know where he got this information from, but I'll trust him. He
He's
says
a
it's
reputable
going.
source.
He says it's going to open in January now. It was supposed to be March.
It was supposed to be March. I'm sure they're trying to get that open as soon as possible because there's a lot of buzz.
The thing is, when they have opening day, when are we going to get there to camp out?
I don't know.
Not are we going, but when are we going?
Is your dad gonna be one of the first customers? Because he wakes up at.
Thing is, you're going to have to camp out for quite a while. I know that he can get up early
I
to do that.
don't think there's going to be a line like that
Can
to go
he wait
there.
in line? I think there's going to be a line. I don't know how long it'll be, but
Do
there will be a
people
line.
care as much as we do about Chick-fil-A?
Let me burst in here. No.
I don't. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I think that most of the hype is here.
And I say that
In this
because
studio.
Oh, so we're the hype machine.
We're the hype
Yeah,
machine.
I think most of the
Where
people in the greater Western New York area probably have never had Chick-fil-A.
Yeah.
The reason I say
sure,
that-
I'm sure they've heard the couple friends of theirs go nuts for it, but
We're the
I don't
hype
think
team.
anybody's nearly as excited as the
the
three
259
of you in that room.
yesterday we went down to the cottage to close it up. Sam's father, her brother-in-law, myself. On the way home, we were on Ridge Road. We drove by it, and I'm like, "Oh, that's where Chick-fil-A is going to be." Sam's dad, who I would never would have guessed hates Chick-fil-A, looks at me and says, "I had it once. It sucked." That's where he left it. So.
All
Yeah,
right.
so to answer your question, do people
Well.
like Chick-fil-A as much as us? No.
well, he's
that
not
guy
very
does.
into this family.
So, and I think my response was more Chick-fil-A for me. Thank you. Because they'll run on Chick-fil-A. But
Drew just slams his foot on the brake and
You know
says,
what's going to be great is when we have
"Get out of the car."
when we inevitably go back to recording on the weeknights again, and when Mike is so kind as to pick up some Chick-fil-A on his way home from work.
way home.
Why not, right?
Right there.
he's
Put in your orders.
Another restaurant in your neck of the woods that I believe just opened or is soon to open is Qdoba, right on Ridge Road, right by Five Guys. It's a
Yes.
Mexican place. Have you
I haven't
noticed
noticed that.
I
I don't
haven't
really
really-
drive down
I haven't-
Ridge Road. I could, but I bypass Ridge Road as I.
Yeah, I think
Get
this will be
off
the
at
third in our
Ridgeway.
area. There's one in Webster. There's one in Citygate.
I saw on the Twitter feed that the Channel 13 newsroom is now hot for Qdoba.
Is it fast food or is it like a restaurant?
It's like Moe's and
okay.
Chipotle.
And it's local chain,
National chain.
national chain. Never heard of it. It's supposed to be
I've
good.
been in there once. I got confused and I left.
It's so confusing.
I don't know.
Was it too
I couldn't make
authentic
up my
for your
mind.
liking?
It was one of those
Menus in
things.
Spanish?
It was one of those things where I was on my way home from that part of town, and I was trying to figure out where to go eat. But there's so many choices that I couldn't make up my mind. I was overwhelmed by choice. I'm like, I'll go into Qdoba, and I walked in there. I'm just like, I don't know. So I went home.
What's it called? Qdoba?
I think it's called Qdoba.
I don't know how it's
It doesn't
pronounced. It's
sound Mexican.
Qdoba.
QDOB day.
Hey,
Hey, all right,
Qdoba
let's
day.
move on.
But see, the thing is, I was driving with my dad along Ridge Road one day. He's like, I wonder what's going on there. I'm like, I wonder if it's a Qdoba. He's like, oh, you might be right, actually. And I was.
Shocking. Shocking that Dietrich's right.
Shocking.
The conversations Jeff Dietrich and Tyler Dietrich engage in.
I think you're right.
Confirming that they're both right.
And Jeff's actually got a huge map of the Rochester area and all the restaurants pinned in his basement. Tyler was right. We can now put it on the map.
There's a Rite Aid going in Spencerport. If you guys didn't know that
I
already.
didn't know that. That's stupid.
That's stupid.
Across from
Where in
Truman's old
Spencerport?
abode.
My
Meanwhile,
my
nothing.
vacation residency.
Meanwhile, nothing has gone into Cam's yet in
No, it's
Spencerport,
been, what, 3 years?
which is sad.
It is.
And then that
It's a
hotel
big
out
building.
there on North Greece Road, the North Greece and Latta that we talked about.
That early
I
on
was
in
just
the
talking about
show.
that with Jeff last weekend.
What's the scoop?
Well, they wanted to put a Crosby's in there, which
Yeah.
would be neat.
But,
But then we kind of started talking about like fast track and stuff, so it kind of veered it off into other.
What? So your dad reads the town board minutes from the town of Greece?
Yeah, just to see the progress on Chick-fil-A.
He actually gets his highlighter out and annotates it.
Jeez. What else we got under Food Talk, Tyler?
I got to thank Michael. For a couple weeks ago, he brought me some of his products that he makes at his.
Did you make them?
Mike
right
makes
there.
them.
I
He
make
makes
them.
them.
I'm Chef. Chef Mike.
Chef Michael.
The freeze-dried apples.
Freeze-dried apples.
I'm hot about those things.
Yeah, I forgot to. I was supposed to bring you another.
Yeah, man, I
box
want
this
more.
week.
See, the thing is, I have a tough time with the apple skin right now because of my stomach. But when I eat the freeze-dried apples, I don't have that problem, and I still
Yeah.
get my fruit in for the
It's
day.
It's a nice little snack.
It's a low-cal snack. It's like
Low-cal.
40 calories for a pouch, and they're satisfying.
Oh yeah.
So-
They do sell them at Tops. They're in our Hilton Tops. If you like them, they're like 99 cents a bag.
I saw them in the candy thing when you go through the cash out line at Wegmans.
Yeah,
They have them there.
They're at the
99 cents a bag there. I don't know how much they cost if you buy a big.
Tyler bought
Pouch of
40
them.
of them.
Yeah, they come in. We can talk.
I'll get involved.
we can talk.
I get involved. Those are good.
All
those are good.
Thanks
I want-
for plugging my company.
Freeze dried. What's the name of the company, Mike?
Well, the brand is Brothers All Natural.
Mm-hmm.
Fruit crisps. So
And what do you exactly do there? Because I still don't know.
I still don't know.
You've been there, what, two years now?
A year and some change.
All right.
And before that,
I'm a
Mike was,
businessman, Truman.
Is that your
I
title,
conduct-
businessman?
I conduct-
Your business
I
card?
conduct business.
that's all he's allowed to say.
Yeah.
Conductor of
Vague.
business.
We gotta keep it vague.
Before that, he was a candy taste tester at Hershey for a few months.
What a life I've had.
From candy to fruit.
I was starting to pack on the pounds, so I figured I'd switch it over to the healthy stuff.
You didn't want to get diabetes.
No.
Some other food stuff. We've talked about McDonald's already. There's a few things that I've noticed the last couple weeks about McDonald's.
Oh wait, there really is a fast food map.
Yeah, well, that's different.
Oh.
What that was a map of the most popular fast food restaurant in each state, but the data is kind of flawed. And I found this
Oh, that's
a
kind
month
of the
ago.
premise of the show.
Well, you also last week we had a 20-minute discussion about your flawed data, so might as well indulge us with this.
I
Right?
don't have the map with me, so we'll have to do it next week if we want to
All right.
do that. McDonald's, the McRib is back for a limited time only.
Oh, thank
But-
God.
But it's hard to find. Apparently, it's only at select locations, and you have to use the McRib Finder app to find where the
There's a
McRib is.
finder app.
Yes,
What's
they'll
the-
have
what's
to
the
walk
Nick-
through the special door and tell them the password.
McRib, McRib.
The McRib.
What's the McRib? Is that a sought-after product?
It was hugely popular back in the late
Is
90s.
it real rib?
What do you think?
No.
Probably not.
It's
man.
like
I
ground
think,
rib meat.
like I think it's like so cult that like some people go and order like 40 of them and they're just like die for it.
likes that?
And then-
I've
never had one.
Now, what do I do
the,
with all
the
these?
the fish stuff at
No.
McDonald's? Let's stay away from the seafood there too.
A Lent special.
Lent
The
special.
Lenten special. No, the McRib. Apparently, they don't use high fructose corn syrup as the main ingredient or one of the main ingredients anymore.
main
So you got that going for you.
Oh, that's good.
Thank God, right?
But if you want to find the McRib, limited time only. Apparently, it's only this month.
Find somebody who's got a smartphone.
I checked.
Download
I
the
couldn't
app.
use the app, so I tried an alternative website to try and do it, a black market app, if you will. And it looked like there were no McRib spottings in our area. There were some in Buffalo and a little closer.
Tyler's gonna have the FBI show up on his door. He's got some like black market website trying to find the McRib. He's got Navy SEALs breaking through his windows.
Speaking of which, do you remember when McDonald's, or not McDonald's, when The Simpsons parodied the McRib with the Rib Wish?
Yes, yeah, oh yeah. That was like that was a good episode.
Some other discoveries about McDonald's, at least at the Hilton location, you can create your own sandwich now.
Really?
Yes, there's a little menu off to the right of the drive-through menu when you pull up.
Yeah.
You can pick your own, pick your meat, your toppings, and your buns. I don't know.
They don't have different eggs, do they? It's
I don't
all
know.
one
I don't know if
style
it's not
of
breakfast. It's more like burgers and chicken.
Oh, I thought you were talking about breakfast. Okay.
We've tried the chicken tenders from this chicken selection McDonald's in the past couple weeks. We've had it twice. Both times the breading was crunchy, but it was cold on the inside.
Ooh.
Both times. 0 for 2, not going back for a
That's
third.
pretty good, yeah. Third time
Another,
is not the charm.
another thing that you can now do at McDonald's. Let's say you're on your way to go camping with the boys or something, and you're picking up a Egg McMuffin for the ride out there. You can also get a bag of
Big
ice.
camping item. A bag of...
You can buy a bag of ice at McDonald's now.
Bag of ice.
They have it on the menu off to the side.
Yes, it
At
is.
least at the Hilton location. I don't know about others, but you can buy a bag of ice.
So we're going camping with the boys. We're stopping at McDonald's for a couple
Just
egg
for
McMuffins.
ice.
Yeah.
Just for ice.
Grabbing
Oh,
ice.
they got ice.
Well, as you know, ice is the most commonly forgotten item when you go camping. So it's usually the last stop. Oh, let's fill up at Crosby's on our way
That's
to go
good.
camping. Oh, I'll go run in and get a bag of ice.
Don't gas stations have ice?
Yes, but if you're not stopping at a gas station, if you're stopping at your local McDonald's instead, you can get the ice there now too.
I wonder if the ice
move.
market has crashed since most people have automatic ice makers in the refrigerators now.
Stop.
You can't
We're
mass
gonna
produce
look
it
at
quickly.
we're
enough.
gonna look at- we're gonna
My
look at-
stock
we're
in
gonna
ice
look at
has
the
plummeted in the
trajectory
last few years.
Dude, I swear my ice ventures have just really gone down the past 3 years. It's not good.
You should sell.
The Dow's saying ice is back up.
Ice is
buy,
back.
Buy
McDonald's.
Ice. Buy into ice.
Cheap at
Think
McDonald's.
about getting into flavored ice.
Speaking of McDonald's,
Ooh,
if,
I like that.
if you're familiar with the 1988 film Coming to America, starring Eddie Murphy, Arsenio Hall, and Eddie Murphy, they had the McDonald's knockoff McDowell's, and the movie was set in Queens, which is Joe's neck of the woods right now. Apparently, there's a real life McDowell's now opening up in Queens. Joe says it's nowhere near him.
It's near like Jamaica, Queens, which is on the other side of the borough,
Nice.
which it'd take like an hour and a half for me to get to.
So if you're familiar with the movie Coming to America, that might be a place to visit.
Go to McDonald's.
Apparently, they're coming out with a sequel to that movie. At least that's what I heard a while ago. I haven't heard any more about it, so we'll have to check back on that. McDowell's. They don't. McDonald's has the golden arches. McDowell's has the golden arcs. Let's talk about bagels. That's the next item.
What do you? That's my bang zone. I love me some bagels, man.
I went into Tops and I bought a bag of the jalapeno cheddar bagels.
Oh, cheddar!
Tyler, I know I've taken you to Brooklyn Bagel, and
That's what made me think about this because I was hungry for Brooklyn Bagel at the time.
yeah. And when you say jalapeno cheddar, at Brooklyn Bagel, they have not only like 15 different kinds of bagels, but they also have like 30 different kinds of spreads that you can put on your bagel
I
with
know.
cream cheeses. The jalapeno Asiago is
Is that your stuff?
to die for.
Dude, I need to make another trip to New York City, and we need to go
Is
to
that a chain, Brooklyn
again.
Bagel?
It's a chain in New York, so there's like
Why don't
it's
we-
weird.
New
I
York
don't think
City.
there's many. I don't think there's many in Brooklyn. There's like 5 in Astoria, Queens.
I believe,
And,
Joe, you and I went to Brooklyn Bagel as well when I came down.
I usually like to take everyone there because
Is that the best bagel in New York that you've found so far?
No, because there's some like real old places in like the Lower East Side that just have those like
Yeah, sure.
the bagel
a
recipe
bakery.
for centuries.
Yeah.
Yeah. but it's like right down the street from me, so it's kind of like my go-to. If I ever want to get a bagel, I'll go to Brooklyn Bagel.
You know what's funny is that when Amanda and I came to New York City a few years ago, before we met up with you that day, we stopped at Brooklyn Bagel without your
Consent?
without your
Like
recommendation.
giving you a recommendation.
I
Yeah.
just looked it up and found it.
Yeah,
I went
no, I'm
there.
glad you did because my mom loves it. Whenever when they visit New York, we always make an effort to go to Brooklyn Bagel. It's definitely my favorite place in the city. But in a more local note, I will say, I'm kind of gotten a little pretentious about my bagels, but Brugger's is still
Still good.
I still love me some Brugger's bagels.
Oh, good.
Like
That's
they
good
do
to
a
hear.
good job. I mean, it's like I like my New York City bagels, but Brugger's bagels is really good.
Yeah.
Do they hold up to the New York City bagel?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
I think they do.
Especially if you get a Brugger's bagel right out of the
Oh yeah.
oven
Oh yeah.
or the wooder.
What's your go-to spread?
Butter.
Me too. A fresh.
Can't go wrong with butter.
I don't like cream cheese. I always go butter.
Really?
I go cream cheese sometimes. Sometimes you need it.
And I don't have a problem with. Sometimes I would be like butter on a bagel, like that won't be good. But if the bagel is that good, then
You don't need butter.
you don't really. I mean, you don't need a
Yeah.
crazy
If the
spread. I
if
mean,
the bagel is
I
good
like-
enough, like the jalapeno cheddar bagel
Yeah.
from Tops, you don't need anything.
Oh yeah.
You just eat it cold.
Joe, correction, we went to Leo's Bagels on Wall Street.
Okay,
when
yeah,
were
we
there.
went to another place then.
And that was delicious.
Talking about
Oh,
spreads
yeah.
for a minute. Lately, I've been going to peanut butter when I get because I buy the six pack of the whole wheat bagels from Wegmans, which are delicious. You don't even need to toast those things; those are great. They're soft and good. I put peanut butter on them sometimes. And
I
that's-
put peanut
that's
butter
a
on
good move.
bagels as well. That's a really good move.
If I toast it, I go butter. If I don't toast it, I go peanut butter.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Toast, you go butter. If you don't toast, you go peanut butter. Or I like cream cheese spread.
Toasted peanut butter, though, is good because it gets gooey. And it's messy, but it's good.
You
Yeah.
get really thirsty. You
Yeah.
Dry mouth. I don't like that.
Do you ever put butter on and then peanut butter?
I don't.
I do that with jelly.
Yeah.
I like jelly on my bagel. You guys ever do that?
Yeah, sometimes. Sometimes I'll put jelly on top of like a cream cheese bagel too.
Oh yeah.
One more bagel note. Secret ingredient of the stuffing I make on Thanksgiving is usually a couple-day-old bagel. I'll cut them almost
That's a
like
good
bagel
move.
crisp, throw it in there. Oh,
I know some people here in Hilton bemoaned the fact that when Big M left, we lost the Big M bagels.
Big M bagel was good.
The Tops ones are pretty good though.
Yeah, but Big M bagels were
Tyler,
They
you
got
might
mu-
be able to test
Where
this
the-
because this was your old
stuffing.
stomping grounds. My dad just texted me and said 12 Corners in Brighton has great bagels.
There's a few bagel places there. My cousin worked at one of them.
Yeah.
I never went to any of them though. I was just gonna say I've never been to any of the like local.
Brighton's got to have good bagels, right?
You would
You
think.
think?
I know one of them just closed not too long ago, so I don't know how they're doing. There's also a couple of places in the city that were pretty good, but I never went to any of them. So I don't really know what the local bagel scene. I mean, we think Brugger's here, but Brugger's is a chain.
Yeah.
There was a
Tim Hortons has good bagels, by the way.
There was a bagel shop in Charlottesville, Virginia. I wish Mike still lived there. They served a Brugger's like bagel, but it was more like a Subway. It was a sandwich shop. The only bread option was a bagel, though. So you'd go for dinner. I had a roast beef sandwich on a bagel, and it just enhances the sandwich atmosphere.
You just got to be careful. You just got to make sure there's enough meat on that. But that sounds really good.
Also, gotta give a shout to Wegmans. They have solid bagels there too.
Oh yeah,
Big fan of the Marco Polo, which I've talked about before.
What
the Wegmans Bialy. is
Oh
also
yes, I
pretty
was
good,
just
too.
about to say that. The Bialys are the best.
Oh yeah, those.
Have you ever had
those
the
are
egg
good.
and like bacon ones, Joe?
Yeah, man.
They have like a sweet one now too.
Whenever I'm home and I'll try to stop at Wegmans for like breakfast. Just like grab a couple muffins or whatever. I'll grab a Bialy as well.
Have you guys
Yeah,
ever
they're
had the cinnamon sugar bagel from like
True.
It's a dessert. That thing's a dessert. You can't have that.
I
in the car.
haven't eaten breakfast yet either. I am literally.
sorry.
They also
Dying
It
have
was tough. Tyler had McDonald's breakfast sandwiches.
Yeah.
they also have glazed bagels at Wegmans too. Those are good.
All right, let's keep the.
Wait, sorry. One more thing. Tyler, you got the salt bagel from Brooklyn Bagel, right?
Yes.
Yeah. How was that? I've
Good.
never tried it before. It was
Good.
good. It looked really good. It was a lot of salt. It looked like a lot.
We need to bring the
but it looked
259
good.
show on the road, and we're going to get some Brooklyn bagels to devour while recording.
Yeah. I like that.
Let's keep the program moving along, keeping breakfast talk going. 2 power rankings.
It's time for the 259 Show's weekly power rankings.
All right, this week's Power Rankings topic was Mike's Choice. Mike, what did you choose again?
Your favorite breakfast items.
What order are we revealing our list?
You know what? I'll start first, and we'll move in a clockwise movement. So Joseph, Tyler, and then Drewman, you can
Bring it home.
You can close us out, baby.
The anchor.
Close us.
The anchor
Closer.
line.
The Sandman. if
Weighing
you
us
will.
down.
Go for it, Mike.
All right, number 5. You're waking up in the morning and you smell this when you get out of your bed, and you know it's going to be a good day. Bacon. Bacon sizzling on the fryer. That's some
Bacon
good stuff.
strips.
How do you guys like your bacon?
Crispy.
Chewy?
Crispy, man.
Yeah, crispy.
Oh,
Yeah.
really? I'm a chewy guy.
I don't like it too There's a happy medium right there.
There, thank you, Mike. There's a happy medium.
All right. But I've cooked bacon for people before. They say, burn it.
Oh,
Like,
no,
that's
burn it,
the
and then it gets
worst.
all like shrivelly and no, thank you. Number 4, homemade French toast
Uh-huh.
with some nice thick like that Texas type toast bread.
The Texas toast is
the
wonderful.
Texas toast is wonderful.
Coated in cornflakes or cinnamon toast crunch, as Sean Hook does.
I haven't had those yet, but yes, nice crispy, thin piece of French toast. That's the stuff. I even like to eat it cold out of the fridge later in the day.
Does the Vincelli family use its leftover Italian bread?
Sometimes. I'll get more into that in a minute here.
Oh!
Number 3 is an egg Sammy. Anywhere, any kind, I dig it.
What do you want
Give
on
me
it?
an egg sandwich. Oh. I would like double. I could obviously a nice fried egg, some bacon, maybe a little sausage, American cheese.
Condiment? Any kind of
No,
ketchup?
I don't.
Nothing?
What type of
I
bread?
don't do ketchup. Bagel. Or like we sometimes do at home, like a piece of Italian bread too on it. That's good too. So. Number 2. I don't know if you guys have had. I'm sure you've had some sort of variation of this egg casserole. My grandma makes
Oh,
this.
yeah.
It's my
Oh,
favorite.
yeah, man.
Egg, cheese. She puts bacon, sausage,
Oh, yeah.
ham, and bread. And the bread gets nice and crispy in there. Oh, that's some
I
good stuff.
got deep into some of that last weekend.
Oh, that's some real good stuff. I like it when it's real nice and crispy and put a little syrup over it. That's nice. That's real nice. So that's definitely one of my favorites. And my number 1, Italian toast. I cannot go wrong with Italian toast. I could
Italian
eat
toast.
an entire batch of Italian toast if I could.
A loaf.
Oh,
Loaf of
that's
toast.
some good stuff. You could with little baguettes. You could do a big Italian loaf. Anything goes with that. It is my favorite. So dip that in a fried egg. That's my go-to.
Do you ever eat the thing where you cut the hole out of the piece of bread and put an egg?
No, I've never had that before, but I would like to try that.
Big Scott did that for me once, and I thought it was like the craziest thing I'd ever seen in my life. I was like, wait a minute. What happened to the middle of the toast? And how did it give birth to an egg? Like, this is just the most novel idea.
Joseph!
Yes, which leads me to my list. My list is a lot of
Excuse you, Tyler.
not like prepared foods, but just like things that you buy and you can eat automatically. Number 5 is a donut. I like love donuts.
Donut
If
of
I
choice.
If I had to kind of pick, I mean, Krispy Kreme donuts are the dream.
Oh, yeah.
But you don't go wrong with just a good donut. Mike, actually, your choosing of an egg casserole made me change my number 4 to Michelle's French toast casserole. She,
I've had that before. That was good.
yeah, dude, it's
I
you
just jotted that down before you said that too. French toast
Yeah.
casserole.
You just drown that bad boy in syrup, and I could eat that for days. She usually makes it on Christmas, so it's a tasty little Christmas treat.
That is nice.
crispy on the outside, soft on the inside.
Yeah, that's what you need. That is what you need.
That's what life's all about, man.
Tell me about it.
Number 2 is we've spoken about this already in the show, but just a good bagel. You know, I don't think you can go wrong with just a good bagel.
Do you go plain?
Big fat smear of cream cheese. I don't. I like like whole wheat usually. If I see something kind of crazy, sometimes I get something crazy. Yeah. Number 2, I'm a coffee man. I drink straight black coffee. Thank you, Big Scott, for motivating me to do that. You know, I don't like to put any frills in my coffee. I just drink it, like a man. And then number 1,
like your men.
like my men, strong and black. And then number 1 is the breakfast sandwich. And then I've got 2 variations of it. I've got the breakfast cart breakfast sandwich, just a bacon, egg, and cheese with salt, pepper, and ketchup on a roll. And then obviously the fist is what dreams are made of.
Joe,
The fist is what dreams are made of. Joe Peachy, November 11, 2017.
Joe, I want to double back on your coffee comment there.
Yeah,
Sometimes
please.
a cup of coffee could be a substitute for a meal in the morning. If you're running late, you're just out and about, no time for food, you get a cup of coffee in your system. You typically hold you off until lunchtime.
It can. I have a coffee machine in my classroom because I drink a lot of that stuff, and the kids love it because they just love the smell of it. So I brew that at second period. It makes the room smell nice for the rest of the day.
And we are trending on Drew coffee season. It's usually when it's cold out is when I'll drink coffee. I can't do coffee in June.
Oh, I can always
Do
drink
you go
coffee.
iced coffee?
No.
I hate iced coffee.
I'm like Joe. I drink my coffee straight up black. Diesel fuel. It's good.
Diesel fuel, baby. Because if it's good enough coffee, if you make it good enough, it tastes fine if it's black.
Yeah.
Usually people mess it up, they burn it, or they make it too bitter.
Yeah.
It's.
We're coming upon Coffee Baker getting.
Are you a coffee snob, Joe?
I consider I don't know a lot about a lot of stuff, but coffee is something I know a lot about, and I can taste when there's a bad cup of coffee.
Can we go back to bagels for a second?
Yeah, please.
How do you guys cut your bagels? Knife or bagel cutter?
Knife.
We used to have a bagel guillotine,
That's what we have.
but bagel knife.
I've never seen one of those before until I ate breakfast at the Diedrich house.
Jeff Diedrich was
I don't think I had seen one before.
No, I've never seen
that
one
point
before.
either.
I thought it was the most.
He must have got it at Sam's Club because my dad had one too. And I'm sure it came from Sam's Club.
Knife and
Your hand.
it was an experience when I first saw that. I'm like, this is amazing. It's the perfect cut.
And then they had one at Bonaventure that I would use a lot. So,
Yeah.
all about the bagel cutter. I'm bad with knives.
but no, I've got a serrated knife that's really long. That's good at cutting bread.
A bread knife. Tyler.
So my turn. I'm going to go a little fruity to start this off, and it was a tough choice. I was going to go with the yogurt parfait, specifically the yogurt parfait at the Charbroil on Monroe Ave in Brighton. Blueberries, yogurt, granola, bananas, fresh. That's good stuff. But I'm going to go with the smoothie. It's hard to find a good smoothie around here, especially in Hilton. But Tyler Diedrich makes a good homemade smoothie. Banana, peanut butter, oats, milk, yogurt.
Does that mean you're offering up your
Ice.
services to anybody in the Hilton area
yeah.
that wants a good smoothie?
Yeah, stop on over.
Okay.
Stop on over. The breakfast smoothie. Let me know if there's a good place to buy a smoothie around here, but I would say there is not. Number 4, I'm going to go with the omelet. The Diedrich family specialty back in the day. Eggs, cheese, crispy bacon.
I love a good omelet.
I don't know if I've ever ordered an omelet at a restaurant, though. They've always been homemade, and they're
Really?
delicious.
You gotta try them at the HFR, man. They make.
I don't
good
think I've
omelets.
ever gotten an omelet.
Oh, that's usually one of my go-tos.
Really?
Either that or the
Yeah,
breakfast
HFR they've got really good omelets.
Big
I would-
omelets. They're
Well,
huge.
for the
yeah.
first
They-
17, 18 years of my life, I always order the same thing at HFR, but I've been
Yeah,
changing up the
you
last 10
don't
years.
leave hungry. They give you 4 pieces of toast or 2 pieces of toast cut in 4s, and then a lot of hash browns on the side,
Oh, yeah, that's a good meal.
fries on the side.
$7, not even.
Oh yeah,
Number 3, the breakfast burrito. Get it at Chick-fil-A. You get it anywhere, but Chick-fil-A does a good one. With chicken, of course. I make a homemade one with tots and eggs and taco sauce.
Have you
Cheese.
Have you mastered the burrito roll?
No, I haven't.
I
The
can't.
problem is the burritos that I buy or the tortillas I buy are always too small, so they
Yeah.
can't wrap everything up. I gotta get the big ones like they have at Moe's.
I still can't do it.
My fiance nails it.
Really? You're
It's
lucky.
great.
You're lucky.
Taco
man.
Tuesdays are awesome because the tacos roll
The problem
so
is
well.
you can't fill them up too much, which I always do.
You can fill them up as much as you want if you know how to roll it. That's a Tyler problem.
Yeah. Number 2, and I'm sorry that this is only number 2 on my list, but I gotta go with the home fries, specifically the HFR Hilton Family Restaurant home fries, best in the world.
You and your dad confirmed that, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And I think you did, or was
You
it
know
Joe?
what? You're right.
earlier.
Tyler, you might be right.
You can ask Tyler Diedrich. You can ask Jeff Diedrich. We've had home fries at a lot of places. We've had some that have come close, but never anywhere that has topped the Hilton Family Restaurant home fries. This is confirmed.
Diedrich approved.
Number 1 is the breakfast sandwich, which is impossible to screw up. Well, usually. Sean Hook does it better than anyone else, though. Whether it's the Fist, the Chubby, the Magic Melt.
Oh.
Can't go wrong.
Tyler, what were my words the first time I ever had a breakfast sandwich?
This is nasty.
Dude, this is nasty.
This was just a Hilton High School cafeteria breakfast sandwich. And by nasty, Joe meant this is the greatest thing I've ever tasted, of course.
Yeah.
Sick nasty.
It was delicious.
The breakfast sandwich, I mean, it's so versatile. You can do any type of bread. I eat
You really can.
bagel
It's-
or hard roll. I like a biscuit, too, once in a while.
I think the proudest Tyler Dietrich ever was of me was when I successfully ordered a breakfast sandwich at the HFR without skipping a beat, without the waitress asking me for any clarifying questions.
Because when you order, there's a lot of options, and if you just go right through and tell them what you want right off the top, that's the efficient way to order. And Joe finally mastered
Do
it.
the waitresses appreciate that though?
Yes.
I always let them ask.
Because like, I'll have a breakfast sandwich. They're like, on what? What kind of meat? How do you want your eggs?
Yeah, I like that.
You can just throw it all out there for them. I want a breakfast sandwich with sausage on a hard roll, scrambled eggs.
No way.
And then that's
with
it.
potatoes, no onions. The whole order.
That's true, because you get home fries with it.
Oh yeah.
And they ask you, onions or no onions?
Let's
The correct
roll up.
answer is no
Are
onions.
there any sick people out there that get onions on it?
Yes? What are you kidding me?
Yep.
Oh.
Sam's dad.
Wait. Mike, you don't like onions
No.
on the home fries
I don't
either?
like onions on anything. Oh.
Wow, God.
Sam's
They're the
dad's
worst.
move at the Hilton Family Restaurant is get cheese melted on top of the home fries. Ask for that next time. They're like delicious.
One thing that we didn't talk about the HFR. Well, maybe you'll mention it.
Yep,
Go ahead.
it's definitely on my list.
Okay.
Number 5 on my list, the breakfast sandwich in specific, the Chubby from Schmegs. I had one this morning. The hard roll was so good and hard, it actually cut my lip a little bit. I had a little blood
Got an
this
injury.
morning. It was good, though. Number 4, bacon. Bacon could be its own meal if done correctly in the morning. I like, as we mentioned earlier, I like my bacon chewy. Number 3, plain bagel with peanut butter. That's kind of my move, toasted plain bagel with peanut butter. Number 2, the donut. Probably my favorite food of all time is the donut.
Dude.
You can eat a donut any
Donuts.
time of the day.
Remember when we started that donut club?
Yeah.
It lasted like 2 weeks.
That was just an excuse for me and Drew to buy donuts and post them on Facebook.
And number 1 on my list, this is a Hilton Family Restaurant specialty, which I have done in my own kitchen before. Grilled muffin. It's really a griddled muffin, but they call it grilled muffin.
I didn't picture you putting that at number 1, but
Wow. Well, Truman doesn't like
Respect.
eggs, so it
respect that.
eliminates half the breakfast items.
I respect that.
But the grilled muffin, for those who've never tried it before, or have seen it before, it's any ordinary muffin. They cut down the middle. They kind of like butterfly it, so the cut sides are down on a buttered griddle, and they just toast it through. Typically, the center is still cold when you eat it, but the outside is toasted. And
The
then
best
you put butter on it, and
The best is if you get a chocolate chip muffin and you have that bad boy grilled, and the chocolate chips are oozing.
Yep, the chocolate chip and
the corn muffin?
the cinnamon chip and the corn muffin.
the apple,
Dude,
apple cinnamon,
we
or
might
whatever
have
it
to
is.
make
Yeah.
we might have to make an HFR visit in 2 weeks.
A pregame at HFR with some muffins and had the schmegs for some fish.
I believe we call that a bang bang, Mike.
Something I left off my list, and it deserves much more time than we have to give it, is different types of Pop-Tarts. I think we could probably rank Pop-Tarts. There's so many flavors out there.
No one mentioned any type of cereal.
Yeah, I was going to go
Cereal.
cereal.
I had cereal on my
mention.
list,
Or
but
oatmeal.
we had already done our due diligence to cereal.
Yeah, I eat a cup of yogurt every morning, and that just missed my list.
No one went with any type of pastry for that matter.
So
Grits, if you're from the South, or if you just want to be from the South like me, and you like biscuits and grits.
biscuits and gravy, sausage and gravy.
I haven't had Chick-fil-A breakfast before. It's pretty good.
It's so good.
It's like
It is
well,
really
I
good. We got that at
I actually
We got
prefer
that on the way
Chick-fil-A
to-
breakfast to lunch.
Really.
we got that on the way to Notre Dame the second time with Big Mike Vincelli and Jeff Diedrich when we were going Thai,
Yep.
and we got that in Erie. That was delicious.
Yep.
It's basically like if you get a chicken sandwich for lunch.
Yeah.
It's the same thing, but on a biscuit for breakfast. So much better. So that concludes our power ranking topic.
No
for this- No egg. I'm sure they have egg.
They have a
there.
chicken breakfast sandwich. It's on a bagel with cheese, chicken, and egg.
Oh, that might be.
They've also now got the hash brown scramble, which is exactly what it sounds like.
Coming up in a couple minutes, Tyler will choose the power ranking topic for next week as we look ahead until next week. couple quick things we want to touch on. Christmas talk, because it's never too early to celebrate Christmas. My fiance upstairs has been cranking. Yeah, thank you. Has been cranking out Christmas cards as they're going to hit the mail in a week and a half.
Wow!
Because our save the dates are included in those
Oh,
cards.
efficiency! I like it.
So
that's
2-for-1s.
I like
Clever.
Some Christmas news for you.
But we were up there. We were doing them together yesterday, and we're like, we can't do Christmas cards without Christmas music. So we get the iPad out. We boop, 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 Spotify Christmas music.
Yeah.
Speaking of wedding, I got an Evite recently.
Yeah?
How's that?
Yeah, Joe.
A lot
How's
of
the
people
whole
do that.
Evite thing?
Oh, is that what Joe did too?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, and it's. I think it's really clever because it saves you a lot of money.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
It's, you know when the person got the invitation because you see when they opened it. They can fill out a whole bunch of like information in terms of like, here's my address, here's my dietary restrictions, whatever, right there, so you know that you get it. Obviously, it's we bought some physical copies to give to like grandparents
And Shad.
you know.
People that don't have computers.
Well, he got the email, so
I can
but-
tell you, Mike, though, and Joe, too, for that matter, as far as dollars and cents go, as far as physical save the dates, we're not breaking the bank here. We're not going to be on a SpaghettiO diet this week.
Well, I mean, good. I mean, it all depends on what you get for a save the date. If you got these like frills and craziness included, then it's going to be expensive.
Got some Christmas news.
Christmas news, what do you got?
Star 102.5 out of Buffalo started playing Christmas music Tuesday already.
And how about 101.3?
That starts Friday, November 17th. It's already streaming online. They have a channel online if you want to take a look at that, 1113.com. Star 102.5. You can pick it up on the west side of Monroe County.
Sometimes.
I picked it up on my way here. In terms of Christmas television, Home Alone actually airs on ABC Family today, or Freeform as it's called now.
On Freeform for a full year now.
I still call it ABC Family. 3:15 today. It's on again tomorrow at 11:35 a.m. And next Saturday begins the countdown to the 25 days of Christmas. And then after that, the 25 days of Christmas. But it looks like we're already starting that. We've got Home Alone on today.
Real quick, doofus of the week. Tyler, do you got a nominee?
My fantasy football team, I had the following players in my lineup. Jameis Winston, injured. A.J. Green, ejected. Leonard Fournette, inactivated. Good week for my team.
My doofus of the week nominee is Cam Newton. I don't know if you heard his post-game comments last week. He was trying to refer to his team and the Titanic in the same breath, and he said the Titanic must still go.
Interesting.
I don't know if he knows the Titanic sank.
I hope the Panthers sink this Monday night against the Dolphins.
There you go.
How about the doofus of Jameis Winston? Anybody see his pregame
Oh my
speech?
God! Eat the W thing.
W.
Eat the W. He had a W on his fingers, and he's like eating the fingers of a W. And if you look at like Deshaun Jackson, who's in the background, he's just like, what the hell is this guy doing?
He's gotta hate it too because he's not getting the ball a lot either.
Yeah.
I was going to send that video to you guys too to see if you saw that. Apparently
It's
you
so
did.
weird. All the like sports talk shows are.
And then he was
ripping
trying to
on it,
stick
too.
his finger in that guy's ear on the Saints, and then Mike Evans like crushed the guy. Anywho,
What a disappointing year that team said. They're supposed to be
They
good.
were supposed to be good. Maybe that's why we didn't win the Best of Rochester vote. We never ate that W.
now we're eating a big L.
There you go. There you go.
I got one
the
more
face.
runner up for the doofus of the week. The Twitter.
Yeah.
280 characters.
That's a
Come
lot of
on,
characters.
come on.
That's a lot of characters. All right, airtime this week. Let's go around the table real quick. What do we got to share this week?
Notre Dame, Miami tonight.
Yeah.
Big game. Number 3 Notre Dame. Number 7 Miami. I like the Irish in that one.
Hey.
Anything else you want to talk about?
Catholics versus convicts, man. This was a big rivalry in the late 80s, and it's good to see both teams relevant again.
That was a good 30 for 30. I'm
I still haven't seen it.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I still
They've
haven't
been
seen
playing
it.
it this week too. I've seen it.
I don't
on,
watch
like,
ESPN.
Anything
Yeah,
else
tune
you
in.
like to
it's probably on. It's on the Netflix. If
The
you,
Netflix. I'm not familiar with the Netflix.
Well, I know you have it at your
It's
house.
probably
you could
on-
have the wife.
Probably on demand, too. If you go
Probably,
to the
yeah.
cable
Probably on
box.
YouTube also,
You'll
so I'll have
like
to
it.
watch it. I mean, I know what happens. Notre Dame won. So
Yeah, but it's a good 30 for 30.
I know.
Anything else you want to add, Tyler?
Go Irish. Still not a big fan of Brian Kelly, but I'm liking the Irish this year.
Anything
I'm
else?
assuming he's going to be sticking around now. After this
Rudy was filmed 25 years ago this past week, and I just learned that my dad was at the game.
How do you just learn this about your dad?
He didn't know.
That is very surprising information.
Wait, he just found out too? Is
I
that
mean,
why
he's
he
been to
said
a lot
that?
of Notre Dame games in his life, so I don't know which ones he's definitely been to. I know he's told me, I was at that game.
Yeah.
But I didn't know he was at that particular game. It wasn't a memorable game. I mean, they played Boston College, and they won big, I'm sure. But
So that article he posted, that's how he learned about it?
I don't know.
He sent
I
us-
think he already knew that, but
Yeah. How's that
he
just...
said at the time they didn't know it was happening. They didn't know that it was part of the movie.
Yeah, I'm
So-
sure at the time.
So Jeff Diedrich was
they
in
had to
Rudy,
film-
probably. If you look in
So
the
they had
stands,
to
you might see him.
he was an
honest,
extra.
because they filmed all that at halftime of Rudy. That was probably high stress.
Yeah.
15 minutes.
College halftime is longer. It's like 20 minutes.
But they had to split it with the marching band. They were on DP, I think it was last year, and the marching band only gave them half of the halftime because it's their
Oh yeah,
showtime.
because Rudy, the actor who played Rudy, is in Stranger Things, so he's like a hot item right now.
Also, my airtime was based off of Tyler's Rudy comments. Rudy was offsides, and the sack didn't matter because the final score is 24-3.
Hey.
So those are the two things that make Rudy less likely.
Hey, a sack is a sack, Julius.
Hey, but it wasn't a game-winning or
sack counts.
game-saving sack. So
You
that's
never
why
know what
airtime
could
is
have
wrong.
happened.
It was the end of the game. Go
Drew,
ahead.
when
everybody else.
did you start to hate Notre Dame?
He was offsides. Go ahead.
When I started to root for him.
Oh, okay.
I can't wait for Alabama to spank him. That'd be nice.
Why would you ever want to see
Remember when
Alabama
Drew
win?
was hot about Notre Dame for those 2 years when we went to the game?
He's
And now that it's
got a
not-
Notre Dame dad shirt.
And now that it's not convenient for him anymore, he hates Notre
Why
Dame.
would you ever want to see Alabama do well?
Because they'd beat Notre
They're the
Dame.
most annoying team, and their fans are the most annoying fans in the
I
world. The
honestly
worst
don't know
Pats
any
fans.
Alabama fans.
No, neither do I. But I will be one when Notre Dame plays them in college football. Yeah. Anybody else? What else do we got for airtime?
Airtime, if any of you wrestling fans out there, I highly suggest checking out the 30 for 30 on Ric Flair. That dude
Oh, I
has
heard
lived
about that. Was it
the
good?
most insane. It was amazingly done. That guy has lived a baffling life. He kind of like took on the persona of Ric Flair, the wrestler, as his like real life, and
Yeah,
he
worldwide too, right? They showboated him all around the world promoting.
he was the most popular wrestler in the 70s and 80s.
All I can tell you about Ric Flair is that he is the most famous person to ever come out of our favorite city, Charlotte, North Carolina.
Yeah, but he grew up in Minnesota.
Minnesota.
Mike, anything you really like that?
Nothing great.
All right, we wrap up each program with what's on deck. Let's quickly draw the draft order for next week. I'll draw the first one. This is the person picking fourth.
I think Drew looked at those before.
Mix them up then. I'll throw that. I hope that one was yours and I just threw that.
There you go. Was there another one?
You picked the same one.
The person picking fourth next week's Thanksgiving Day, and this will be a 5-round snake draft, is Mike Vincel.
I knew it was going to be.
Who's second? Tyler drawing third, or drafting third.
Oh,
Yeah.
this is second?
This one will be second. Joe and myself are still on the board, and it's Joe.
we
So
got
Drew
Papa
gets...
Bear is number one. He gets stuffing.
Yes, I
Papa
get
Bear
stuffing,
gets
baby.
stuffing.
Wait, time
I don't know.
out. So Drew
I don't
is
even know what
Drew,
to pick now.
Drew, Joe,
Drew, Joe.
Dad, Mike.
Oh, okay.
Daddy.
So
Drew,
next,
I will
Put some
treat you.
false reports about stuffing on there. Maybe
Hey,
we'll get
Drew,
Joe's.
I'll trade you my third and fourth round pick for the first overall pick.
Ooh, we got a trade on the board. I'll take it. We'll talk about it next week. Power rankings next week is Tyler's Choice. You get the Thanksgiving Day special. Tyler.
We're going to finally do it, guys. Favorite holidays?
Holidays.
Didn't we do this?
No. We never
We've talked
did.
about it for a
Sure.
long
We never
time.
did. So obviously there's not going to be too much variation. It's just a matter of which order you put those holidays in.
All right, next
Could've
week's Power
sworn we did
rankings
that.
will be Tyler's Choice. It will be holidays, as we have many discussions next week about Thanksgiving. Next weekend, I had one Thanksgiving last weekend, another one next weekend, before the big day, actually. So
Wow.
spreading the Thanksgiving love around this year.
That's nice.
Deep fried turkey, too. We'll talk about that next week. What did we learn today? Mike, what did you learn today?
Joseph is indeed a coffee snob. Did not know that.
Snobber. Joe, what did you learn today?
Drew, just like Joe, drinks his coffee like he likes his men.
Tyler?
Phillip Rivers, career total, was it total QBR or passer rating?
QBR.
Total QBR rate of 94.4.
And Mike Wood.
And I don't know what that means.
Neither
But
do I. Nobody knows. Mike Wood.
You learn that Diedrichs have a big map of food in their basement, and they pin down all the destinations in the area.
You know what, Tyler? You're right.
The Diedrichs are always right.
Thank you for listening to the 259 Show. We'll catch you next Saturday here on the 259show.com.
good night.
Welcome to Moe's.